Hello there guys, and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. Today I want to talk about the law of assumption and one of the major things that people get wrong about assumption and the law of assumption. So I want to talk about that today. Before I do, please like, share and subscribe, comment down below. It really helps the video. So if you're new to the channel, check out the video, give it a like if you like what I'm doing. If you're not new and you like my content, give it a like now. It really helps the video. Also, comment down below. Let's start a conversation. Let me help you. Ask me any questions. I have a free Facebook group as well called The Healing Circle. Link is in the description. And I post a lot of content on there and I help a lot of people out on their healing and manifestation journey. And it's full of like-minded people just like you. And that's why you're here. Guys, the law of assumption. And it says we must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Neville Goddard, fantastic teacher in this area. What is the thing that we get wrong in this area though? And just so you know, I'm in the car here waiting to pick up my daughter, and I just felt inspired to do my video today. I'm getting so busy with helping clients that I have to find the time I can to make the videos, you know. So this video, a law of assumption, I want to assume the feelings. That means that I have a desire and I want to live with the assumed feeling that it's already fulfilled. Now, a lot of people start to say that this means that I must ignore my current reality, you know? And the thing is, right, that means that if I then have a reaction to my reality and I don't like what I'm seeing, that then I'm not living in the assumption. Well, actually, the case here is that, yes, you want to assume the feeling, you want to ignore reality, but sometimes it's not always possible to ignore what's staring you in the face. You know, if a tiger's in front of you, I want you to run. I don't want you just to assume that assume that you're going to be safe. You know, so you take the action. But here's when you assume the feeling, you can work yourself into that assumed feeling, you know. And I want to tell you how. Because sometimes it's like you'll listen to a Neville Goddard lecture and you'll be like, right, 100,000 into my account now, and I'm going to walk, talk, act and be like I've got 100,000. But then the bill comes in and you have a reaction and you're like, oh, you know what, man, this stuff doesn't work. I just got a bill in. The key here then is though, when issues do arise, you have to sit back from the issue. You don't let yourself fully embrace it. So you're going to have a reaction, you know, unless you're like so faithful in this process. You know, I've worked really hard to get to a point now where my reactions are so minimal because I've worked hard on my faith, but I've learnt that faith. I didn't just have it and apply it. I taught myself that faith. And the same thing, you can teach yourself the assumption of the feeling, of the wish fulfilled. And you teach yourself it by every time that reaction, you see something that you don't like and you have that reaction. You just need to shorten the time that you hold on to that emotional feeling, and you need to get yourself back to the feeling of the assumed wish fulfilled as soon as possible. But so basically what you do then is you notice it, you notice that you've had a reaction, but instead of having like a sort of blowout and like a real intense holding on to that reaction, you notice it, you start to relax. You notice where that feeling has come up in your body, you breathe and relax. That will then start to allow the feeling to move. Once that feeling moves, then there is space for the natural feeling of joy, peace and harmony to come in. Now, you've heard, if you've watched my videos before, that to assume yourself wealthy and to assume yourself healthy doesn't mean that you live in pure bliss every minute. It means that you just live in a state of peace and knowing and easiness, chilledness. So all you're trying to do when those reactions come is you're just trying to bring yourself back to a peace and ease feeling. So say you've got a sort of physical symptom, you want to not react to that symptom and embrace it emotionally for too long. You can notice that you've embraced it emotionally for a minute, you breathe, relax, let that feeling go, and then you start to apply the feelings of the wish fulfilled again. And you can do that through affirmation or just through feeling. So it is more about stopping the amount of time that you notice your reality and you react to it. And then after a while, you'll stop caring about reality. You'll stop caring about the reality that you have. Say, for example, one of the things that I did with the law of, you know, this wonderful law of manifestation and assumption and creation. is my hair was falling out, and I was diagnosed with male pattern baldness. So I obviously was reacting in the mirror all the time. So I started to shorten the amount of time that I would react to that mirror and to myself. So I started to shorten that amount of time. After a while, I just genuinely started to give up any care about whether I lost my hair or not. I stopped caring. Then what happened from there? Once I stopped caring, well, it just grew back in, and it's still here 10 years later. So it's more about that you get to the point where reality doesn't actually mean anything to you anymore, because you've trained yourself not to react to it. Then you can live in a pure assumption, because it's like, well, I know that I'm going to create a very big YouTube channel that's going to help millions of people, and I've assumed that feeling. And I've assumed the feeling of being a fully booked coach, and I am fully booked every week at the moment. So if you are interested in training with me, jump in now. But what I'm trying to say is, I still am going to have moments where, you know, like where things quieten down, or I'm still going to have moments where, you know, my channel isn't hitting the views that I want yet. So I may notice it, but I don't want to spend a lot of time reacting to that, okay? So I'm going to slow the reaction down. I'm going to get to the point where it doesn't really matter anymore. I'm just going to do it with love and know it, and knowing love that everything is coming, everything is already ordained, because I've already seen it in my mind. So now it's just letting the process happen in front of me. I hope this video was helpful, guys. Please like, share and subscribe. Comment down below. See you soon.